Hello everybody. Hopefully the rain on the roof isn't making too much disruption to our video today. We're just going to cover the three-way fridge in the camper today, and it's called a three-way fridge because it can actually be run three different ways. We can run it on our 12-volt supply. This is normally when you're driving and got the engine running, you can run it on 12 volts. We don't normally do that when we're parked up, or it will flatten the auxiliary battery. So that can be on when we're driving if you want to keep the fridge cold. If you've got a long journey, perhaps you're driving up to Scotland, you can keep that on while you're driving and it'll keep your fridge cold. Do not leave it on when you're parked up, or it will flatten the battery, and the actual auxiliary battery provides power for your lighting in your van as well, so we don't want to flatten that. But if you're on an electric hookup, on a mains hookup, you've got that plugged in outside, you could also use the 230 volt fridge, just like a normal domestic fridge at home. If we haven't got that, if we're not on electric hookup, then the other option is to use our gas fridge. To do that, we've got to have the gas turned on outside. We must have the gas isolation valve on there, and we can light the gas fridge. The indicator tells us whether the fridge is lit or not, so when you push this button in, you have to ignite it and maybe turn it a couple of times. I'll show you that in a second, and we'll see this needle creep up into the green. As soon as it creeps up into the green, we know the fridge is actually lit. So I'll just go through that procedure now. So we push the button in, turn it. You may have to do this more than once. We may hear a little sound as it ignites. Right. The needle's starting to creep up, so that indicates that it has lit. We hold the button in for a few seconds. You can either let the button out and turn it into the high position, and the needle should continue to creep up. If for some reason the needle just drops back to the bottom, we know that the fridge hasn't lit, so just leave it 30 seconds or so and go through that lighting procedure again. So the fridge does appear to have lit now. That's creeping up into the green, and that's it. The fridge is up and running, and it'll run for days and days on our gas bottle, or weeks in fact. It uses a very small amount of gas, so we can leave that on all the time. You can leave it on when you're driving as well. The fridge will just continue to work. If for any reason it went out, it automatically turns the gas off. We haven't got a problem with that, but the needle would drop back down into the white. It would tell us that the actual fridge wasn't actually alight. So that's the three-way fridge. That's now up and running, and we could leave it in that running on. I'll just leave it on high normally. The difference between low and high is very little. Just leave it on, turn to the maximum, and we can see that the needle's up in the green, and it may go up a little bit further as it cools down. And there we are. That's our three-way fridge lit. If you've got any other issues with the fridge or the hob, you can look in the manual, which is in the bottom drawer, or you can give me a ring and I'll help you out over the phone if you've got an issue, or send me a text. Okay, thanks for that. Bye for now.